to visit the suspect.
Yes, Ojwang.
And it is at that point that now it is corroborated by the other cellmate who says they had a lot of screams in that particular cell. Albert was not tortured. That's something we always get wrong.
He was beaten.
Do you know KTN backdated my contract and told me my contract has come to an end on the 5th of August, the following month?
Walikuchuja, do you story?
Yes. Niko hapa na namba ya Ruto. Niko hapa na namba ya Talam. Okay, Talam na expect anaweza nipigie. Niko hapa na namba
Jukamenuka sasa. Yeah.
Sasa niko hapa na namba ya Ruto, ya Uhuru nini. But why is Uhuru calling me?
Yeah. Ekonene. Episode 474. Tukisema like, subscribe, hit the notification button, tell a friend to tell a friend. Yeah, nakuona sikizaga Ekonene. Unajua I'm a very big fan wa murder tapes. Mkujaga hapa kuwapatia story na kuambia vile kuna watu wako innocent wako jela. Na of course murder tapes inakuaga courtesy of Brian Obuya. So Brian ni aje jo?
Fiti mwa.
Unajua vile you're a serious journalist. Sasa sijui kana nafaa kuita Brian. Kwa hiyo jina Brian wagana kuna sifa mbaya. Mademo anateta juu yenyu.
Sasa tuko na shida. Sasa unajua mtego wa panya hiyo ni Kiswahili. Mtego wa panya.
Yeah.
Unashika wenye wako na wenye hatuko.
Yep. But umekuaje?
Niko fiti. Niko fiti. I know I've been saying I'm coming. Mambo ni nyingi town.
Naelewa especially the job that you do. I can only imagine like how much time it goes into to produce like one episode.
But Maf now uko na pesa bana.
Kwa nini?
This studio is quite something.
Isn't it vitu za
Maf unatoa pesa wapi?
Utafanya watu wanaitaga government vlogger. Yeah, jani waitwa government vlogger. And I think that's one of the things the first time we had a conversation ulinibamba nayo. Uko nasema pia you've been accused of being paid.
Yeah.
What made people angry at you?
No, I think that was you know, this can sound insensitive, but when you look at how people react to different stories,
yes,
you begin to understand that we have a serious deficit of intelligence.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Okay.
We have a serious deficit of intelligence. Unaona? So one time Maf is okay kwa sababu amefanya interview with your preferred candidate.
Yes.
The next time when he interviews, let's say the president, the people who don't like the president now begin to say Maf has become
a sellout.
Ekonene has been bought
Yeah.
by the government, you know, those type of things. I think it happens from time to time.
Yeah. And it's good like for us wale tuko kwa podcast, it's good to actually see like when journalists sasa kama wewe like real journalists mna accuse you of the same because it shows that it's just about a different opinion. Like if you have a different opinion on anything, because mujuaga hivyo like I've said it here that if I had an opportunity to sit down with the president for a podcast, I'd not pass it. Najua just because he's very unpopular haimaanishi that neza pass on such a moment. Najua cause
actually there's more reason to talk to such a person. There's more reason to actually have them sit down and explain kwani Ekonene.
Yes. Ekonene. So tukikuhave hivi there are a few things of course we have to ask you. So before to come into zile maswali tuko tumefikiria kukuuliza, we have to ask you about Albert. Because Albert Ojwang, I think it's only a matter of time before tumwone kwa murder tapes. Sindio?
Yeah, sure.
Not tomorrow. It might even take a year, but at some point ata appear on murder tapes. So that story, what has stood out for you?
Story Albert. There's one thing where, okay, murder tapes is coming to an end sometime within the next 3 episodes or so.
Okay.
For season 1, because again, the
too much
art of
production,
filming and production and research na kila kitu. So, but we are trying to ensure that Albert becomes one of the episodes we cover kabla tufunge hii season. So within the next 3 episodes hapo, we are thinking of having Albert as one of those episodes. Now what stands out for me kwa hiyo story yote ya Albert is our lying culture.
Yes.
Now this country has no deficit of lies.
Yeah.
And the police service is the headquarters of those lies. When you begin to look at venye watu wanadanganyanga, I was mentioning earlier on to a friend that hii script ya Albert ni kama inaandikwa on the go. You know, like as we move forward.
Yeah.
Like police have are so accustomed to the fact that you can get away with anything.
Yeah.
As in you can literally get away with anything. Kwa hivyo unakaa hivi unasema huyu jamaa amefanyika nini, amekufa. Okay. Sema aliletwa vizuri ni na nini, alikuwa suicidal, amejigonga kwa ukuta. Amedai.
Wakuja wachukue mwili.
Yes.
Wakwende.
Because people have died like that in custody and we let it go. You know, like, so they thought it was going to be a very simple thing to just say someone died in custody.
Yes.
But I like where we are going because even the Constitution does not treat lightly when someone dies in police custody. Even police themselves, they dread someone dying in their custody.
Yeah.
And for the sake of the viewers wenye wanatutazama saa hizi ni kwamba custody here does not mean the cells.
Yeah.
As long as ni wewe ulimchukua. So kwenye ulimpeleka, we may not want to know, but we know you took that guy. So the person is in your custody. Even police themselves dread that bit. Now, I honestly believe that the police officers who arrested Albert had no interest in having him dead. There was a complaint made about him and a couple of others. They were assigned to go arrest the man.
You're talking about the DCI?
Yes.
DCI, okay.
They went, arrested the guy. After arresting the guy, they brought the guy back. Sasa shida ilikuwa ni moja.
Yeah.
This job was being done directly as a favor to the DIG of police. You know, like if you look at even the efficiency, and I remember a senator asking, and I had asked that question earlier on, ukiangalia yani venye hiyo process mzima ilifanyika, you ask yourself, you have a case with the police about a complaint on something. It has been sitting there for like 2 years, I must do how long,
Yeah.
and no one has really ever bothered to follow it up. Unaona? But unaona hata hapa mabarua zinatumwa, sijui barua imetumwa EFCC asubuhi, imetumwa 8, imekuja 9. Hingine imetumwa si Communication Authority, sijui saa ngapi, imekuja 11. 12:55 Albert ashashikwa. And the efficiency is something crazy. And I don't believe those letters were actually written.
Yeah.
I don't believe those.
Hiyo ni kipindi, kuna sound kaa kipindi, si ndio?
I don't believe those letters were written. Like I told you, hii story inaandikwa on the go. Like the script is being written as we go forward. Unaona?
Yeah.
Even some of the other questions sasa zinaanza kubadilishwa. Unaona? Sema alijigonga kwa ukuta. When we realize, alikuwa peke yake. So how will we explain tulijuaje alijigonga?
Yeah.
Kwa sababu alikuwa peke yake. Hapana, sema that matter is under investigation. You know?
Yenyewe.
You get?
Cause mbeleni, when I heard that, sikuwa nimefikiria hiyo story, mnajuaje alijigonga kwa ukuta na mko hapo. Okay.
He's alone in the cell. So mnasema alikuwa anajigonga kwa ukuta. So how do we know that? Yet you're saying you found him unconscious. And he never regained consciousness.
Yes.
He was pronounced dead on arrival. So there was no communication between anyone and him. So mkisema alijigonga kwa ukuta,
namaanisha nini?
I mean, that's where the cover-up began. The moment the police said, and this is something Maf can look very simple, but this is the most important part in this entire investigation. It's a simple line. The moment the police chose to say huyu jamaa alijigonga kwa ukuta, that is the moment they implicated themselves in his murder. Because every time you lie, you must have a reason why you must lie.
Yes.
Juu kama hujui kitu, utasema tu mimi, enye kuongea ukweli.
Yes,
I don't know what happened here, we will look into it. Lakini, huyu jamaa amekufa, alijigonga kwa ukuta. You are lying and you know you are lying.
Yes.
So essentially, you must have a reason why you are
lying.
That is the moment I knew police are involved in the murder of that guy.
Yeah, because the simpler answer would have been, we don't know.
The matter is still under investigation. Because another thing is, the fact that walisema he was alone is a cover up to alijigongesha kwa ukuta, because now akisema alikuwa peke yake in a cell, which was being questioned pale kwa Senate by senators. Walikuwa nauliza, is there a law solitary confinement in cell blocks za police station? The fact that walisema he was alone ni sasa trying to cover up hiyo nini yawati alijigongesha, because now who saw him?
Alafu sasa of course kulikuwa na hii article ya The Star. So The Star ilikuwa ni secret night of Albert Ojwang tortured into coma in Karura Forest. So basically wanasema juu ya the fact that ilikuwa ni sasa close to the ongoing investigation, say between 9:35 p.m. and 1:39 a.m. the time of Ojwang's death as recorded, he was removed from his cell and taken to Karura Forest. So of course we cover such murders for so long. Is this beyond your imagination, something like that happening?
No, it's not beyond my imagination. And the only thing I always want to talk about journalism is I saw the headline, but I haven't read the story.
Yes.
But I can tell that story has no writer. Does it have a writer?
Even because Star reporter.
Yeah. One thing that I'm not saying that it disqualifies the story, but in as much as I'm yet to read the story, I saw the PDF cover going around jana usiku. But does that story have a writer?
No, even because Star reporter.
Yeah, so that does not make the story false.
Yes,
but it reduces the credibility of the story. Because it's a story where the writer amejificha huko nyuma ya byline, huko nyuma ya maneno, And then sometimes when you look at those type of stories, you'll find that there is no exact source, probably. I don't know. Like I'm saying, I'll be forgiven.
Yes,
I haven't read the story. But utapata the other people who've been quoted maybe ni wenye walishaongea kwa Senate, wenye waliongea the IG, nani. But now the people who can make us confirm the story of Karura are not quoted. They are anonymous sources. So to me, those sources don't qualify to... I should have read the article first. But I know this as a history of some of the print stories that we do.
Okay.
An anonymous source should not qualify a headline. Because this is a person the reader does not know. Kwa sababu utasema ni sources close to the investigation.
So wacha ni kuquote hii line basi. Ilikuwa the truth is that Ojwang was delivered, so they were quoting someone, to Central Police Station by the officers who arrested him while in good condition and booked. Remember the officers we talked about? Wale DCI. Then ikaendelea. But he was again moved out at night to a forest along Kiambu Road where he was tortured, said a source aware of the events who sought anonymity so that he could speak freely.
So my question would be, so was this source part of the people who tortured Ojwang?
Okay. That would
because
be the question.
Then if you are not, if maybe you are a source at the station or something, so how did you know they went to Karura or where they went? How would you tell where they went?
Yeah.
But this does not disqualify the story.
Yes.
I'm just talking as a reader. I would want to know. So does this mean, even if it is sources close to the investigation, the investigation is being conducted by IPOA, right?
Yes.
So it would be IPOA basically, yeah? So this should be a statement written by someone who was part of the people who took him to Karura. because otherwise kama huku among wale wase wenye walimpeleka hiyo Karura utajuaje kwenye walienda? You know, but anyway, what I like about this article is because a different source had told me something similar. But now what this source had told me about was that this guy now source wangu naye hakuniambia, you know, the problem with journalism is sources. My source didn't tell me that this guy was taken out. He was brought in injured.
Okay.
Unaona? And the OCS refused to have this guy booked in.
Uni Talam.
Talam
alikuwa mkataa
yeah.
Okay.
He refused to have this guy booked in.
Through Talam wake sasa.
Unaona? Because police take seriously those type of things. Remember, these are different units inaleta prisoner wao kwa sensi zenu. It is the work of the station head to give a go ahead after an examination has been done on the person and that person has been interrogated. So the only other question would be, if we were to believe those two sources, if we were to believe those two sources, my source who claims that Ojwang was brought in badly injured, and the OCS refused for him to be booked into Central Police Station. The only other viable question would be, then at what point was he then booked? Because the OCS had refused. So at what point then was he booked? Now, if we were to believe the article written by the Star, so the question would be, so he was in custody in good health and then he was taken out. At what point then was he readmitted into the cells with those injuries, fatal injuries? You get what I'm saying? A third source has mentioned that actually this guy was not taken out. A senior police officer came to Central Police Station to visit the suspect. Ojwang. And it is at that point that now it is corroborated by the other cellmate who says they had a lot of screams in that particular cell. Now, I am more inclined to believe
that.
I am more inclined, and remember all this is opinion. Those are three sources. Source was nasema the officers brought him in good condition. That is just a source at the DCI trying to paint the name of the DCI in good light. But we had nothing to do with it. And I believe them. The other source says that he was brought in badly. But when was the OCS refusing his admission, and when was he then admitted? And then there is the third source who says there's a senior police officer who came to Central Police Station to see the suspect, and then they had so many screams in that particular cell. That sort of the screams is corroborated by another cellmate. You see, corroboration is a rule of journalism. Every information must be corroborated. So I am more inclined to believe that source who says someone came to visit Ojwang in the cell. I am more inclined. I'm not saying it is the truth. Because right now tunaambiwa vitu na kila mtu. So you decide which story looks to be more true. Juu huyu prisoner mwingine amefungiwa kwa seli yake na hata haoni. But they can hear and say they had a lot of screams in another cell. And another source, a police source, says a senior police officer alikuja kutembelea huyu jamaa hapa ndani. And they don't go beyond that. You get? So this is a story that is going to go down with so many people. It is going to go down with so many people. And I am sure the DIG of police will be one of them.
To come to your step, Talam, do you think he survives this? Because jana asharushiwa noma yote na
both
na Amin.
Yes,
because Amin alisema the main suspect ni Talam.
Yes.
But sasa because it happened in his police station if we are to use the version yako it happen in police station, or even if we are to use the version where he was taken out, because akishaingia akitolewa haufai kukubali atolewe, sindio? Like if there is a suspect and you are the OCS unafaa kukubali akuja atolewe katikati usiku.
The thing is inakuanga the reason why I like the police service and many people may not know this, the OB is everything. The OB records everything, not just wale watu wamekuja. It's an occurrence, not arrests. It's an occurrence. Hata saizi kukifanyika maandamano town, polisi wametumwa, they write in the OB number 137 at around 130 ni nini, chief inspector Mwaf amechukuana pale na Brian Obuya nani pale in vehicle number this, they have gone to this area of the CBD, not just around anywhere they want, for accountability reasons. In this area of the CBD to quell the protests, they have gone with this number of officers, police constable nini walikuwa na hizi bunduki, serial number this and this and this number of rounds of ammunition wametoka nazo. The OB records all those
even it records even the police officers at the station.
Yes.
Si unajua nafikiranga hiyo ni ya mahubusu tu.
No.
Okay.
Every activity yenye inafanyika pale. So even if these arresting officers wamemleta hapo ndani, the OB reads very specifically, this prisoner was brought in by unaelewa, so and so from this particular unit nini nini, and upon direction of the OCS he was booked in. Akitolewa kwa hiyo cell, wacha hivyo sasa. Hata kama ni polisi wa hiyo station wana investigate murder, Mwafa ameua mtu, I hope you don't.
Hopefully.
Uko pale ndani ya central. Of course you cannot be interrogated ndani ya cell. Unakuwa interrogated huko juu kwa maybe kwa DCI office or something. Even that IO investigating officer akikam kuchukua kwa hiyo cell aenda kuuliza maswali kwa ofisi, it is put down in the OB.
Okay.
Kwamba OB number this sa flani now PC Brian Obuya takes out inmate so and so for questioning in DCI office number 4. Akimrudisha they returns him in good condition in nini after interrogation at this particular time. All those things are recorded down. So for Talam, back to Talam, I think what Amin did was Amin relied on what the law provides, not the circumstances that took place. Unajua kuna tofauti. There is what happened and then there is what the law demands. So by Amin saying that the OCS is the prime suspect, he actually followed what the law stipulates. The OCS is in charge of the station. A prisoner brought in, the OCS has to agree. The condition of the nini anaambiwa anakubali kama ingie ama asiingie. Anaelezewa fulani amekuja kuona that mfungo mwenye alikuja. Ni wa hiyo unit? Hapana, si wa hiyo unit. Is he the arresting officer? No. Let them write down their names and everything, including lawyers when they go to see their clients and all that. So the OCS, to the extent that wakisema hata sijui CCTV 1, 2, 3 in all police stations, there's gonna CCTV iko kwa ofisi ya OCS. Amekaa hivi anaangalia pale. Amekaa hivi pale mbele kwenye ameangalia. That screen yenye anaangalia pale mbele ndio CCTV iko. So umekaa hapa yeye anaangalia what is going on and everything. So tukisema kwamba ati sijui kebo ya nini imetolewa, kebo ya CCTV imetolewa, ilikuwa kwa ofisi ya OCS. So who accessed the OCS office? Who is this who is so powerful that they can access office ya OCS and do as they want in that particular office. So Amin was just legally Amin is right. And he's right on one thing: command responsibility.
Yes.
Not that the OCS did anything that we know about, but command responsibility. He is in charge. The buck stops with him at the police station. Station ya OCS. Hata si ya sub-county police commander. Station ya OCS. That's the thing about Talam.
Okay.
He will survive it if he chooses to defend himself. Yes, in whatever manner. It's now the time. I told this thing will eat so many people.
Yeah. So DIG, kwa nini unafikiria DIG anaenda, you're not taking a dig at the DIG, eh? You just kwa nini unafikiria anaenda? Because for a lot of people tukisikia a senior police officer, a lot of us just assume it's him because of power, because for anaitwa nini, like OCS kujihumble. But sasa mi najua mi si investigative journalist, so wewe ukisikia kwa nini feel, because watu tayari washasema ni yeye. Public opinion.
Yeah, the thing is, of course it's unfair for them to directly say it's him. It's unfair for them to say it is him. Because from the records zenye wanapeana huko kwa houses na committees ni kwamba this guy complained, right?
Yes.
And he has a right to complain. He has a right to make a complaint.
Yes.
However, the reason why some people, including myself, feel that DIG Lagat has more to do with this than anyone else, the injuries that Albert had, they arise from what we may call a crime of rage.
Yeah.
They arise from a crime of rage.
Yes.
You must have a motive. It's a prerequisite of murder. If the DCI officers who went to arrest Albert wanted him dead, they wouldn't have gone there to introduce themselves.
Yes.
But even before their names were mentioned in parliament, the family had already said, kuna mmoja alikuja hapa akasema anaitwa sijui Rapudo, Rabudo ama Rapudo, kuna mwingine hapa akasema anaitwa sijui ati Sigei,
Yes.
and they told us this boy will be fine. Unaona? I believe those officers went to arrest that young man. And I know they did.
Yes.
As long as they introduced themselves, they went to arrest him. And they had every reason of them following the due process.
Yeah.
Juu wameji-identify na kila kitu. They had nothing against him. Hajawakosea.
Yes.
Hajafanya kitu yote against them and what have you. It's just that they were part of the team that is collectively involved.
Yes.
So, a crime of rage would mean the person watu wenye walipiga that boy that much, walimpiga in a manner that suggested that they had something against him.
Yeah.
Unaona? They had something against him. Albert was not tortured. That's something we always get wrong.
He was beaten.
He was not tortured. He was beaten. You know, when you torture someone, is maybe you are trying to force information out of them. Ama nini, unapata mtu hana kucha, amevutwa kucha, sijui mtu katakatwa hivi, na plies, una get. That's torture.
Yes.
But he wasn't tortured. He was just beaten. So badly that the person or the people who were beating him didn't expect that he will die. No.
Yeah.
But eventually he dies. And they couldn't believe it. So I believe that the death of the murder of Albert was an interrogation that went too far. And it was a crime of rage. And if we were to look at this matter in terms of who would have anything, who would be angry with Albert, only one name comes to mind.
Yes.
The DIG. If you look at the systemic and the characteristic aspects of the injuries that guy suffered, they come from someone who was very angry with him. Very angry with him. And the only name that comes to mind about the person who was angry with Albert is D.I.G. Lagat. Not to say that he's the one who tortured the boy or beat the boy up or killed him or anything. It is that whoever did it is a person who was very angry with him. That is that's the match I look at when I say that. That's why even the public is very angry with demanding for his resignation or stepping aside or what have you, because he's a complainant. You cannot blame a complainant because police have mistreated someone in a police cell.
Yeah.
Wezi ni blame at ni your family can't blame me at because nimeenda kushtaki umeniibia kitu and then you've been arrested and then umeuliwa huko hivyo kwa cell. What does that have to do with me?
Yeah.
Unaona? But the reason why people are very angry with the DIG is because of his position and that the people who did what they did to Albert, if it was not him himself, they must have gotten there's a feeling that they must have had direct instructions.
Yeah. To beat him up.
Otherwise, why did he make it to Nairobi? Why did he make it to Nairobi? You know, if there were instructions for them to beat him up, and this is something I had not even thought about, Maf.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about it on this show. The more reason why DIG Lagat should be investigated. If the instruction was for this boy to be beaten to death the way he was.
Yeah.
Why would he be brought to Nairobi? Why would he make it to Nairobi? If we were to believe the star story
Yes.
of Karura Forest, why
Or take him to the station.
why do we need to go to Karura Forest? Who is the only person who wasn't in Nairobi when Ojwang was being arrested? You will find it was the complainant who is the DIG.
Yes.
I'm trying to explain to you why people are viewing this in the manner in which they are viewing it.
Yeah.
Your point emotion ya maana sana kwamba why did they have to bring him to Nairobi? Because it is the same day anyway. Why did they have to bring him to Nairobi? Ni kumaanisha they were bringing him to face the due process of the law.
Yes.
If we are to believe the story of Karura Forest, ni kumaanisha kwamba they had so many other forests along the way. When people say were there no police stations in Homa Bay, were there no courts along the way, I'll add another question. If they wanted to kill him or torture him, were there no other forests along the way? No. So, it only again points to one thing. The only thing that was missing uko Homa Bay was the DIG himself.
The complainant.
That's the match, yeah.
Okay. But sasa, we have to look at Kenya realistically.
Yeah.
And when I look at Kenya, I don't see a situation whereby a DIG ends up in jail or ends up paying any consequences. Wewe?
There's a fast to everything. Eh? I believe there is a fast to everything. And what I know for a fact, right now the case of Baby Pendo is in court on command responsibility.
Yes.
Somebody will go to court over this matter. That is something I know for a fact. Whether it is first of all, we need to set the record straight. Nobody is saying that the DIG did anything.
Yes.
He's a complainant. So if anything, I agree with Kanja. He doesn't need to step aside.
Yeah.
I agree with Kanja that he does not need to step aside because he's a complainant in the matter. There is just an overwhelming view that he had power over anyone who did what they did to Ojwang,
yes,
including himself. So I agree with Kanja that the complainant doesn't have to step aside. Let him remain in the position he's in. But what I know, whether it is DIG Lagat himself, whether it is Nani ama Nani, a few people will end up in court over this case. People will go to court over this case. And if Nani does not clear the air as fast as now, Uyu Talam,
yes,
he will be the first accused. Number one will be him,
yeah,
the OCS Central. Because he has everybody below him. He has control over everyone. That's how command responsibility works.
yes,
Akona control over everybody when yako chini yake.
UCS waga officer commanding station, no?
Yes, station.
Okay.
Akona power to discipline officers when yako chini yake by writing to whatever bodies about their conduct and everything. So accused number one is the OCS.
Yes.
And appear because of its opaque nature. The fact that vitu zina happen hawezi prove whatever happened, you know.
Yeah.
The fact that CCTV went down,
Na iko kwa
he
ofisi
should
yake.
answer.
Na iko kwa ofisi yake.
Ndio naita opaque nature. How to say?
Alafu now so bado nitakuuliza, yes, there is a fast for everything, but I look at it this way.
Yeah.
First of all, he's the DIG. Second, his tribe. Tribalism is something that we always overlook, but it's a serious issue, especially for the political class. For the political class, watamuona kama DIG involved in nini, watamuona kama this is one of our own. And if it's one of their own, and the president is one of their own, what's the probability of such a person going down?
Now, the reason why I'll bypass that question and say just one thing is that as a journalist,
Yes.
As a practicing journalist,
Yes.
I am constrained
Yeah.
to engage in that type of conversation.
Okay.
That might touch on national cohesion and what have you.
Okay.
But I'll respond to your question still in the aspect of public perception.
Yeah.
Now, whatever you have said is the more reason why I actually see DIG Lagat being charged. For those specific reasons you've said, that is the very reason
Okay.
I actually see the DIG being charged should he be found to be culpable in any manner.
Okay.
And I believe he'll be found culpable in some way or another, because if CAK has denied the statements that the IG made to the Senate,
Yes.
the IG comes and delivers a chronology of events to the House, and he appears so clueless. But I pity Kanja right now. Because Kanja is a man caught up in the mix of things he does not understand.
Yes.
He's among the people who is being lied to. You know?
Kitu fani ni una corroborate a lot of stuff that Rapture
Rapture
said, but since he's a comedian, hatuko akozalisema the same thing, like he pities him, na alikuwa anasema vile
Kanja was
clueless. He was there. Rapture, beste to Rapture. He was saying the same, but not just since he's a comedian. Sasa tuko tunacheka, tumchukui seriously, but come to think of it.
This is no laughing matter. Kanja is a man caught between a rock and a hard place. Because he knows nothing by himself. He is being briefed on those issues. He has not conducted the interrogation of the officers on his own.
Yes.
Unja angeenda pale central aingie kwa room kama hii, aanze kusema ita Ramadhan kulienda aje? Yeye mwenyewe akichukua statement zao.
Yes.
Najui kama they are true or false.
In this case,
Yes.
the only person then who comes close, yeye anaita nani? Anaita the sub-county police commander, formerly OCPD. Sasa bana hapa kulienda aje? Ya hapa venye kulienda ni hivi na hivi na hivi na hivi na hivi na hivi. Remember, the OCPD has also been briefed
Yes.
by the OCS. The OCS is now the one who has been briefed by everybody else. So it is only the OCS who has had direct contact, and IPOA, who has had direct contact
Yes.
with the real guys on the ground. That's why pia ngori tena nangukia nani?
OCS.
OCS. Because hii brief yenye hawa watu wote wako nayo huku juu ni yeye ameipeana.
Yeah.
As the officer commanding station.
Okay. So tuangalie hii press statement.
Yeah.
Ilikuwa interesting because ilikuwa the Communications Authority acknowledges the public concern and ongoing discussions, particularly on social media, regarding the unfortunate demise of Albert. We note with great concern the misleading claims on social media alleging that CA provided data on the whereabouts of the deceased to law enforcement. This position is factually erroneous. We categorically distance CA from any involvement whatsoever on this matter. So wanasema like this specific part ni in response to what the IG said yesterday. Yes. So now of course what to blame the telcos for that. So could people have been blaming nani hakutaja telcos? He went straight to CA kusema Communications Authority ndio alisaidia.
Yeah, he mentioned CA. He said it is CA who went, looked at the accounts of Albert and those other people. Ika confirm kwamba they had made the posts in Anini and all those manner of things. Yes.
Okay. And then of course another thing that happened is the protests. So on Thursday, so the protest happened. Ilikupata tao
Yeah.
Zime kusurprise ama?
Now, when those protests actually were happening, I haven't really been surprised. There hasn't been real mobilization, but they paint a picture of a very angry country. I mean, the country is so angry at the things that are happening that unapata at the slightest provocation.
Yes.
You have 1,000 people in the CBD. It must start by telling you that those people, first of all, are jobless.
Yes.
That's another major problem. First of all, they have no job because today is Thursday. That's the first thing. And this government began saying in 2013 they'll create 1 million jobs every year. And then these people are so concerned about the affairs of this nation.
Yes.
That Ojwang, unlike what you were saying earlier, nobody is even interested in where he comes from.
Yeah.
Nobody is even interested in where he comes from. Everybody is interested in what happened to him and agreeing that whatever happened to him was wrong. So the protests zimefanyika tao liona hata kuna gari sijui ni 2 ama 3
hapo
zimechomeka ama zimechomwa
Kenya Cinema.
Hizo nikionaga kitu kama hiyo and I look at protesters especially nikiangalia at last year hizo ni zile naziangaliaga with I think a pinch of salt because kuna kuwaga na ile story ya when Sonko was telling us that to paint ODM wrongly they used to burn cars around ODM. I think Kenyans are angry but angry enough to destroy property. I don't think so. Nafikiria tu ni okay, but that's my 2 cents. Nafikiria this is someone who does not want this protest to continue because unajua later we can say no, we are destroying property, you have to protect property, so no more protests. Understand? Like that's counter
the advantage we have and it really concerns me that this country does a lot of things that are unconstitutional. Like the last time the IG of police at the time Japhet Kome,
yes,
umeamka umeban protests. Do you know there is no provision in law for banning protests? There is no provision anywhere in law at sasa umeka hivi umeamua we have declined your request to protest.
Yes.
Protesting is not a request. It's a point of information. You tell police na mkae mkijua Thursday saa 8 tutakuwa pale Kenya Cinema tukiprotest. They have no business allowing you or not allowing you. Ni wewe mwenyewe uamue kama utaenda ama hutaenda. But as long as umewaambia hao watakuwa hapo.
and provide security.
In fact hata ukiwaambia utakuwa hapo na ukose kuenda au wanafaa waende because umewa notify kwamba mimi nitakuwa na protest hapo nje ya Kenya Cinema Thursday saa 5.
More information to follow.
Yes.
Okay. So but so wacha to go back to wewe. So one thing inakuwaga interesting juu yako nini kiwatch on TV msemaga jo Mr. Obuya jo never misses an armed naonaga tu mikono ziko so weni mtu weni gym bro ama
no bwana niliacha kwenda gym nipate kitambi unajua ukiwa na kitambi hii Nairobi unaheshimika sana so I stopped going to the gym in 2017 2017 kwa sababu sasa na mbinguni tutapewa mwili ingine bwana nilikuwa pale tunaamka 5 umeenda gym 6:30 unaoga 8 uko office ama wherever it is unaenda I mean alafu tena job ya newsroom nayo ni ile time umeingia you don't know when you will leave. That's how all newsrooms are.
Yes.
Bora umeingia you may never know when you
end up.
Okay. So uko US na unatry kutuma do Kenya baki umetumia Lemfi na reason ya kutumia Lemfi ni Lemfi inakupatia the highest exchange rates alafu apart from that juu ya Lemfi unabaki umetuma $8,000 in one day ama unaweza tuma $16,000 in one week ama unaweza tuma $32,000 in one month. Hiyo ni up to 4 million shillings in one month na ni simple kabisa. Lemfi app unaweza baki umepata kwa App Store na pia unaweza ipata kwa Google Play. Another reason ya kusign up kwa Lemfi ni wewe ni iko nini fan na umekuwa ukishindwa nizaje support iko nini naweza support aje asi kuna vile saizi jo mfuko ni mbaya lakini I need kutumia mother dose so siwezi tumia iko nini chochote. Kuna a very easy way ili unaweza kill two birds with one stone, support your family na pia support iko nini. Na unafanyaje hivyo? Unabaki umesign up to Lemfi using our QR code, baki umescan QR code. Kama si hivyo ubaki umetumia the link ile tumeseti kwa description. Na usisahau the first $100 ile utatuma wewe mwenyewe utapata $20 cashback. Alafu sisi juu tumekurefer pia sisi tutapata $20. Unacheki utakuwa umesupport iko nene ndio tuendelee kukupatia the conversations that you like. Na pia kitu inabamba kabisa ni saizi kuna vile Lemfi ina support both M-Pesa paybill numbers na till numbers. Inamaanisha unabaki umelipia madhako internet ukiwa majuu, unaweza mlipia stima bado ukiwa majuu. Unaweza make sure that madhako iko both connected na pia keja yake iko lit up. Na hiyo ni courtesy of Lemfi. Lemfi International Payments for Everyone. Iko nene. Okay, so hizi muscles zinatoka hapo?
Ni Uluya tu, nothing more. I mean ni Uluya tu. So it's nothing much.
So hata tuanze na hapo. So ku grow up uli grow up area gani?
I've grown up in areas of Uthiru, partly Kangemi.
Okay, kwa Waluya.
Yes, kwa Waluya. Kwanza hiyo bridge by the kuna time walikuwa wameibomoa tulikuwa tumesumbuka. Kuna kwanga na bridge fulani hapo.
Naijuaga.
Unasema unaenda umetoka huko Kumsalaba. Mwako Kayega unakuja unaangalia bridge. Unasema nishukisha hapo kwa bridge kumbe bridge ni ya Westlands. La jamaa wamebomoa bridge but now they are putting it back up and that renovation has taken quite some time. So I've been raised majorly to along Wayakwe areas of Uthiru. Most of my friends were in Kangemi, so I would mostly as a young boy would
pata ungem.
Yes as a young boy would move from huko side za juu Uthiru na kuja huku hivi Kangemi kwa mabeshte zangu tunacheza huko tunafanya nini na lala huko. So I would say most of my life huko where my parents were at the time nini nilikuwa tu ni
okay
huko but sasa most of my life ilikuanga hizi side za Kangemi sasa.
Okay.
Even today my local entertainment joint iko Kangemi. So and I still stay hizo areas huko Yakiwe kule juu. So
okay, mimi ningekuwa nafanya mada tips singeambia to my local joint.
No I have a local joint that I go to in Kangemi. Now you see the problem is kwani you people think I go to the local joint kila siku. Sina pesa bwana.
Yeah, but nini? So a family of mlikuwa ngapi?
No, we've just been raised, me na bro yangu. My elder brother. He's into hospitality. He's into hospitality. Mimi kidogo ndo huyo nikaingia hii mambo ya media kidogo.
Buda alikuwa anapanga uzazi hiyo time. Kusatu wako anapanga uzazi. Sisi unajua tulizaliwa 8.
Sasa unajua hiyo ni shida yenu. Mimi labda mlikuwa na shamba kubwa. Unajua kwa side za hizo side za Kisii, Nyanza, Western. Ndio upange uzazi kwanza unaangalia mko na shamba inatoshana aje. You know, look at the size of the land.
Unajua wakulima wangapi?
No, unaangalia mzae hapa hivi, mzae akiondokea. Sitaki vijana waanze kupigana hapa ati huyu amesongeza sijui nini yake, kwa nini. Ongea shamba langu ni ndogo. Mwafu uko chini kabisa. Wewe kijana wajuzi hapa mbele. Umefunga hiyo store? So we were just 2. Tulizaliwa wawili. 3 years apart. My elder brother, that is. So that's how we've basically grown up.
Okay. And so nini Buddha like alikuwa anafanya nini? Cuz na try kuconnect like what ended up pushing you to journalism. So sijali ukishindwa sana anaenda wapi na hizi story.
No. Actually there was no connection between what my dad
parents, my
parents did that connected me to journalism because my dad is into construction.
Okay.
My dad is into the construction industry. My mom, may her soul keep resting. She was also into hospitality and what have you. Kwa hivyo there was absolutely no connection.
Will you lose mother when?
That was 2017. I'd just gotten my new job at KTN. So on one evening tulikuanga na kitu naitwa TGIF.
Thank God it's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday. The Standard was a very good environment to work for. It still is anyway. Because everything you wanted was under one roof. Ukiamua unataka kulalia nyasi, unasonga pale kando na unalalia nyasi yako. Unataka kupigwa picha, wale mademo na vigonga picha kama wameinua mguu moja juu. Unaenda pale Green Park and what have you.
Yes.
So the HR would organize things like those thank God it's Friday stuff. So one day I'm just walking pale with my colleagues at the time. Ashley Mazuri and Zinzi Kibiku. Kibiku, yes. That was her name.
Sasa we just following you.
Yeah. So tumeenda pale, we are going to thank God it's Friday. Ni jioni. Yeah, then my dad calls me and he can't get me on phone. And then when I decide I want to call someone, I take out my phone and he texts me that mom hadn't made it because she had been admitted at KNH. So that was on December 10th. 15th. No, December 10th. Na confused na nini?
15 days to Christmas.
Na confused na the birth of my brother's my nephew, my brother's son, because alizaliwa 5 days after mother amepass. So mother died on December 10th. So now the young boy was born. That's what I'm confusing. So that's when I lost my mom, and it was a difficult moment.
Alikuwa na like some condition, like what happened? Ama ilikuwa zile deaths from nowhere?
Not really. She had been admitted for like 25 days. Exactly 25 days at the KNH.
Yes.
With some aspect of anemia and what else? But they talked of anemia mostly. Yeah. So we thought she would basically recover, but that was it. It's our way. So she lost that particular battle, and I had just been. I had just gotten like a new contract now with
KTN.
With KTN. And then sapale tumepata bonge la bill. So my salary has never done anything for my mom apart from organizing her burial. I mean, that is the saddest thing I ever encountered. because now like the bill at the hospital was I think 129,000. My dad had kidogo, job yake imeenda chini, so I had to take care of that. Mambo flani. We come from Kilifi. So my parents bought land in Kilifi several years ago.
Okay.
So I've been raised in Kilifi and partly Western Kenya at my maternal grandparents. So ile Vihiga, Kilifi. So that hivyo ndivyo nimeraiziwa kidogo. So you know like Waluya tu lazima mwili iende huko nyumbani. In very extraordinary circumstances will they use a cemetery.
So kwani alikufia KNH? So sama nampeleka Western?
No.
Kilifi
now.
Okay.
It was quite a tiring journey and what have you. So that is the only thing my salary ever did for my mother.
Just to organize funeral.
See her off.
Yes. Yeah.
That's alafu I don't know kama ulikuwa na image. When I think about my dad passing, I always remember that day I was not feeling well. So nilikuwa na feel like I was getting sick, but I didn't get sick. So most justify in my mind like it was some sort of premonition or something. And I'm someone who believes in the scientific method, but still hiyo waga imestick na mimi. Did you feel anything? You sick ama it was a normal day kabisa?
That day was a very normal day because I had been with my mother the previous night, evening, or the previous day.
Yes.
Mchana, because I was doing something at night. I used to host a show on KTN called While You Are Asleep. So we used to do some coverage ya usiku.
Yeah.
Those we used to get those exclusives as sijui suspects wamepigwa risasi wapi, we are the only ones with the footage. Sijui moto imewaka wapi, imeua watu wangapi, we are the only ones with the footage. Kulikuwa na accident sijui mahali huko Kino Regan sijui wapi, we are the only ones with the footage. Kwa hivyo
you are a night runner.
Yes. I was working at night and then you see you cannot, so if I'm working at night and my mom is in hospital, so you can imagine I am leaving work at around hapo hivyo 6-7 in the morning. I have to decide, can I go to the hospital directly? The answer is no, kwa sababu time ya hospitali si ndio hiyo imepita. I have to come back at around either 12 or 4.
Yes.
And then I also have to go back to work. So I told mom, manze mimi nimekuja hapa hizi last 2 days. Sasa kesho sidhani kama nitakuja. I think dad na my bro ndio tu watakam. Wacha mimi kesho mchana nilale because nasikia nimebeat mbaya sana. Bana. Akaniambia, okay ni sawa lakini wewe najua utakuja tu. So that's the only premonition. How did she know that I will still come? Because it's the way I went.
Yes.
Because now she had passed, so we had to congregate there and organize and everything else.
Okay.
But it was just a normal day.
Okay. So kuna hiyo nini hii Kilifi and Vihiga, how is this working? Ini Primo linda? Primo gani?
I schooled partly in Vihiga for the primary school and then I schooled partly in Nairobi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hiyo ni maklas 1 nafikiri ni hapa ama maklas 1 ni huko Vihiga?
No. Actually went between my preschool all the way to class 3. I was in Vihiga. I was in Vihiga and then now I came to Nairobi. Yeah, now I came to Nairobi and started schooling in a couple of schools huku to polling stations nina nini. Yeah, nikamaliza.
Kitumia jina ndiposa.
Ndiposa.
Jiko umetoka alafu sasa Kilifi inakuja at what point?
Kilifi was just where then ndio saa ushago yetu. Yeah, because we still come.
Yes, unasema like now which class?
No, I haven't schooled in Kilifi.
Okay.
I have schooled in Vihiga and Nairobi.
Okay.
And Kiambu.
Seko ilikuwa?
And Eldoret,
Seko ilikuwa wapi?
Seko, I'm just realizing manze nimehangaika sana hii Nairobi ama hii Kenya. Because then I've schooled in I've schooled in Vihiga. I came to Nairobi. I went to Kiambu, huko ndani kabisa kunaitwa Githiga. And then I went to Eldoret, huko Keses, huko Moi University. And then I came to Nairobi campus. Iko hapa Bazaar, walikula pesa wote sasa ni kama wameifunga.
Yoko cooperative
Bazaar Plaza hapo. Moi University.
Moi, they had a branch there back then, yes.
Yeah. So now that you ask me that question, I'm realizing nimehangaika sana hii nchi.
So nini walikuwa Githiga kwa kinaya ni Gathiga.
Nja Gathiga kwa hii route nyingine.
Walikuwa Githiga.
Yeah. Na kuna Githiga mbili by the way.
Githiga ni moja.
Githunguri ndo mbili.
Githunguri ni moja. Kuna Githiga iko nizo sides za Githunguri ama.
Githiga iko ndani ya Githunguri.
Yes. Na kuna watu confused.
Githiga na Gathiga.
Achukua Uber anaenda wapi? Chini mwisho wa dunia. Unajua nishaita mtu akachukua Uber.
Akaenda Githiga.
Okay, nashanga.
Anasema niko hapa
1 hour 10 minutes remain.
Umefika wapi? Niko hapa Gitwe Girls.
Yes.
So nini Moi University uli study?
Moi University sasa nikakopo nikasomea my journalism School of Information Sciences nini. Ndio mimi nikaanza kuhustle hii Nairobi. Then I joined the local TV station yenye pia walikula pesa wakaifunga. Manze, the looting at Moi University is at chronicle levels. So I went to KTS. Nikiwa pale KTS kulikuwa na maandamano ya CORD.
KTS ni gani?
KTS ilikuwa ya Moi.
Kenya what?
Kenya Television Service.
Unajua.
It was a very vibrant outlet, just like KU TV. It's like KU TV ndio imesurvive the test of time. So kaka pale hivyo fanya mawili matatu. Then I'm remembering, yes, then kulikuwa na maandamano ya CORD. And then my breakthrough then of course came when kuna huyu mse fulani alipigangwa vibaya sana. And alikuwa amevaa nguo ya green hivi.
Huyu alikuwa amekanyagwa kichwa hivi.
Yeah, and that photo is evidence to me that everything you see is not a fact, it's a perception.
Yes.
Because mse, we are the only ones who had that video.
Yes.
Na huyo karao wako mkanyaga. No.
Alikuwa na do nini? Why was his
yani literally what that guy did nile kuna jamaa alimpiga mateke and then the guy akainua unajua ile akwambia mtu wewe you get akainua mguu hivi na akaitoa. Lakini wale watu wa shutter speed walikuwa 200 shots.
Yes.
So that photo is used a lot on police brutality. Yes. The guy was called Boniface Manono.
Yes.
The guy on the ground, the photographer.
The guy on the ground.
The guy on the ground.
Was called Boniface Manono.
Kuzio image ilitumika.
Sini kicho kwa pavement, Because sasa now we are left, tunakuanga left with imagination like his...
Mbono jamaa na kanyago mzee hivi.
Skull smashed or something.
Yeah, sababu alikuwa ameinua mguu hivi juu.
Hiyo ilikuwa tu kumuona. Hakumkanyaga.
Okay, so forget about being there. We have that footage. So we covered that footage when I was at KTS. And then so that footage then that coverage was very important for me because then I just saw Joageyo calling me. Joageyo at the time was the managing editor wa KTN.
Okay.
So ushaona wale wase wenye uko na namba zao but you don't expect them to call me, to call you. So sasa hizi kama mimi sasa hizi niko hapa na namba ya Ruto. Niko hapa na namba ya Talam. Okay, Talam na expect anaweza nipigie. Niko hapa na namba
Jukamenuka sasa.
Sasa niko hapa na namba ya Ruto, ya Uhuru nini. But why is Uhuru calling me? Ananipigia kwa nini? You understand? So why is Joe calling me? And he calls me and anaomba hiyo footage and if there's anything they can do. Me hiyo time siko najua footage inauzangwa. Sasa ningejua aje. And this is the first encounter I'm having of someone anaomba footage ya kitu fulani.
A veteran.
Yeah.
Some people you look up to nini. But I told them, so what are we supposed to do? Bana, tuma tu mtu akujie footage. And then some guy there called Nebat Saisi.
Akakuja.
Akakujia footage.
So ulichotoa mangapi ama kama KTS mlichotoa mangapi?
No, we didn't sell the footage. Kusaidia footage ni kitu nafanya kazi kwa media houses.
Okay. Si unajua lazima ningeuliza maybe ile pateo time uko na padlock kwa mlango. Ndio ni gani hizi? So ulijipataje kwa investigative journalism? Kuna ama unajichukua gaje as an investigative journalist ama a crime journalist?
Mimi I just,
because of course you're a journalist, but if you're to
I
push
just
yourself to a corner,
I just cover crime. I do investigations, but I just think I'm into long form reporting.
Okay.
I'm into long form reporting. At I used to do special reports in nini, whereby I just want us to tell a story in totality. No. So I can't really say that I'm an investigative journalist. I'm a crime journalist.
Okay.
I get. I just look at myself as a reporter who is an enthusiast of kizungu hicho. Nilikuwa natafuta jina ngumu naweza tumia ndio muamini nimeenda shule. Nimekosa. Enthusiast. Sasa
okay.
Sasa I look at myself as someone who just like covering hizi vitu za long form reporting, be it in health, be it mambo ya sports, be it nini. But most of the time it has a touch of investigative journalism because that is the future of journalism anyway. So how I got myself there. So after that phone call from Joe Ageo,
yes,
he later on, he got in touch after 2 weeks. Was it 2.5?
Yes.
And he to comment about some work I had done while at KTS. It was bad because it's a school outlet. It's a school outlet. Kwa hivyo unapata nini zinaitwaje hizi? Some shots ziko shaky.
Yes.
Some nini zinakaaje. Hii shot iko out of focus. Sauti mmetumia channel moja. Mmetumia ile channel yenye iko na kelele ndani. Footage iko white balanced. Footage iko na grains ndani. But he followed the story, gave comments about it in nini 1 2 3. Yeah, so from there then I shared an idea with him of a story. He called me over to do that story. So that was my first investigative piece on like a big media house. That was The House Knows.
Yes.
It investigated the corruption in the land systems at the Ministry of Lands.
But hii sasa uko KTN?
Yes.
So now Joe understand.
Joe has called me over. Yes, just proceed.
Okay. Because I was trying to understand like at what point you switch. Because by the time Joe was calling you, you're still at KTS.
Yes.
So after some point, and this is 2 weeks after ile protest ya CORD. So
yes.
Ulikuwa offered, ulijoin KTN like how long after hii protest ya CORD?
Hii protest ya CORD remember ni ya
2013 uko 20.
Coalition of what
Restoration of Democracy. Yes.
No reforms, no elections. Ama si haiko hiyo. Hiyo. No reforms, no elections. And elections are coming in 2017. And then you see in 2017 I was already at KTN.
Yes.
So it didn't take me that long because I then joined KTN and then I began a few things here and there, including covering stories za usiku. KTN News had begun like a year earlier in 2015. So Joe being the brains behind KTN News and trying to lead it, kulikuwa na ile how do we make it 24 hour? Can we cover things at night? Can we try to do 1 2 3? Can we repeat hizi shows zetu usiku? Can we have a standby editor too who can break news when it happens?
Yes.
So part of the things was, so Morning Express was the morning show. Ikaanza kufanyika 5 a.m. So we were the very first people to go on air
Oh, okay.
On any given day at 5 a.m. On any given day at 5 a.m.
Okay. Kuna hii swali wakana napenda kuuliza, so lazima nikuulize. At KTS kulikuwa na salary?
At KTS, I didn't have a salary at KTS.
Yeah.
Because I was a student at that time.
Yes.
Nilikuwa Moi. Sasa wakati nimepata opportunity KTS wakati, and remember that time something kitu yenye nimeruka ni between 2015 and all the way to 2017, I'm still working at Chams Media.
Yeah, okay.
As a reporter and a producer skilled when I was in school.
Oh, Chams, Chamwada.
Yes, Chamwada.
Yes.
So Alex Chamwada had come up with a very interesting platform where some of us with the passion, with the nini
for journalism.
Yeah, for journalism, we could be groomed into the journalists we've become over the years.
Yes.
So I was there tukifanyanga something called the Chamwada Report. It used to run every Sunday at 8 p.m. huko KTN.
Okay.
So we would edit it huko kwa ofisi, tukuja nayo tufanye nini, Brian cover this section nini, hii wiki siko Brian na fulani nyinyi ndio mnafanya the Chamwada Report, unaona. That is the show that really Chams Media really brought out the journalist in me over that period of 2 years.
Yes.
And at least huko hivyo pia nilikuwa nalipwa yeah, on a certain arrangement and what have you. So yes, so at KTS I didn't have a salary, but by the time naenda kutoka, I had not told them I'm leaving KTS. But then a week to the time when Joe has told me to report, KTS gives me a salary, an offer.
Yangapi? And
they gave me an offer of, was it 30 or 40,000?
Okay.
You get at that particular time. And I'm a student, so there's a lot of money. But sasa
your time KTN umeofa ngapi?
Your time KTN pia wamenioffer some money. Yeah, sitaki watu huko waanza kusema nilikuwa nalipo kwa shinda.
Okay, just swali za iko nene okay, we have to go there.
Yeah. So they have offered me pale some 30,000 pay. It's a valuable money and what have you. KTN nayo ndo naenda huko, hata sijapata contract yao bado, but I looked at the platform. People always ignore the platform, but I looked at the platform, I looked at the name, I looked at the people I'll be interacting with and how important it will be for me to interact with the seasoned journalists in the industry and what have you. So then I went to KTN, nikafanya mawili matatu pale.
Because hata kuna wanda kuuliza, how was it the first time at place ka KTN, especially as a young journalist? Because ukiingia pale, I'm thinking this is around the same time utaona Alan Namu or Mohammed Ali. Like, was it that time? Or did you even find them there? Ama walikuwa shatoka hao?
Nani alikuwa shatoka? Namu alikuwa shatoka. Nani was in his very last days, so we didn't really even interact. Mohammed Ali.
Yes.
But now Deno was still around.
Oh, okay.
Because now Deno was in charge of the investigations desk. And so at that particular time, sasa ndio unapata niitwaje. So Joe then takes me to Onsarigo.
Yes.
Because he's aware that
by the no namanisha Onsarigo.
Yes.
Nilikuwa nimesahau kuna Onkari pia.
Yeah.
Okay. Ni Okari. Yeah?
Yeah. Takes me pale to Onsarigo. And of course, yeah. Tunazungumza mawili matatu. And what? And he's now to groom me to do the job that they have been doing and everything else. And then Nicholas Wambua comes up again on the desk. Colleagues like Siraj Rahman, because remember now, a very strong team has just exited KTN.
Yes.
A very strong team whose shoes no one can fill. Especially that you're now coming straight from campus. Unaanza aje kusema you want to replace Alan Nam.
Yeah.
Or you want to replace Muhammad Ali. and nobody at that time knows that even Onsarigo is on his way out
Yeah.
at that particular time.
Onsarigo alikuwa nafanya gani? Cold files.
Case files.
Case files. Okay.
Yes.
Cold files ni za okay. Case files. Yes.
Yeah. So we start there and everything, and Deno starts to assign me stories apakule ni nini. He starts to guide apana toa hii sentence kwa script toa hii ingine. Hiyo soundbite na nini inaenda against 1 to 3. So and that's where we begin basically.
Okay. And I can say, can you consider him a mentor?
Yeah. I've had quite a couple of mentors, but I would say I've had people who've really helped me in my career. Yeah, my biggest mentor actually is Joe Ageyo.
Yes.
Because Joe would not just ask you to do something. He will literally tell you, this is how you do it. Joe ashainituma nirudi Kirinyaga to just go confirm with the family. Kuwauliza tu, so huyo mtoto tulikuwa tunaongea kuhusu ni huyu.
Yeah.
Because so he was like, so you guys went and spoke to this guy, the conman's mother. Yes. And he spoke about the son. Yes. So how did you confirm that it is the same son
Yeah.
But
that she's talking about is the same son you guys are
covering.
covering? When I had to go back to Kirinyaga, tushafanya interview ni nani tushamaliza.
Yeah.
I was sent back to Kirinyaga to just go confirm. Nimetoka Nairobi to just go confirm. Madhe, so ile interview yetu ya jana, huyu ndio George. Huyu ndio George. Okay, sawa, asante. Just
Akukuwa na WhatsApp
So
ungetuma picha hivyo.
Yeah.
Tumiaje madhe wa miaka yake 69, alikuwa 59 ama ngapi?
Alafu
Na
unatumia
kwa shamba huko analima nini yake.
what sort of transport are you using at this point? Umepelekwa na company kama inabidi uende pale?
Nimebook safari. No, nimebook.
Kirinyaga line. Kirinyaga shash.
Yeah.
No, sasa hizo tumebook safari pale kwa company fleet.
Okay.
Jamaa anaitwa Charles Terer pale ametupea gari, nimeshuka all the way to Kirinyaga. And that's when I began to understand the power that investigative journalism holds.
Yes.
That simple fact. You can imagine if we got it wrong. Now imagine nilikuwa ka passport, hatuna picha nyingine ya mse. We just had a passport. Imagine pasting picture ya mtu hewani for the story was 53 minutes. So you can imagine how many times we have shown this guy's face in that 1 hour. And it is the wrong person.
Hiyo ndiza kwa nini. So pia kitu sasa pia nashindwa ni meeting Onsarigo. This is what now pushes you to investigative journalism. Ama cuz ukienda KTN you are not expecting. Did you know what you are supposed to be doing? Ama ulikuwa unajua tu unaenda tu kama journalist?
When I went to KTN, of course, my passion was because even at KTN, at KTS,
Yes.
nilikuwa nafanya some investigation pieces.
Okay.
Yeah, someone came and stole hiyo channel yetu ya YouTube. Excuse me, yake imekuwa ni yake. Ya KTS. So I had this, of course, passion for investigative journalism and what have you. And Joe knew that that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And that's why when I come, he literally
Anakupeleka kwa nani?
takes me to
Okay.
Dennis, that despite what I'm doing here usiku na mambo ya while you are asleep, also start learning the ropes for this type of thing. Yeah.
Okay. And then ulikaa hapo for around 4 years? Do you move to nini? Ama ni from 2015 So that's 6 years. 2016. So 5 years ukamove to NTV. So NTV ilihapenaje? Pia ilikuwa which call ilitoka wapi?
No, here NTV it was quite funny. Yeah, here NTV is I would just say when I was working for KTN News. At this time, remember, in 2018, there has been a mass exodus of people. And then KTN has done a reintegration of its newsrooms.
Yes.
So there is a story I covered. A very powerful story on corruption in nini. That story I later came to cover it at NTV. So when I was leaving, I briefed KTN that this is the story. And KTN was very happy that, yeah, that's a powerful story. Nini chukua gari and ufanye hiyo story.
What's the story again?
And what was the story? A government parastatal had faked a court case against its former employees. So you work for, as an example, you work for Econini Limited.
Yes.
While you work for Econini Limited, you are retrenched. And then someone within Econini goes to court and they win the case against Econini.
Yes.
What does that mean? It means that because the circumstances of our firing were the same, is that we are likely, actually almost 100%, kwamba sisi wote tutashinda, okay? Now these guys sit down 20 years later and they decide, ai manze, kuna wase hawakuenda koti, kuna wase kadhaa wameenda koti, si ndio? Mwafa alienda nana kaenda wale wengine 10 wakashikana wakaenda na watu wengine 109 mbona wajaienda kotini in 20 years, hao wataienda. So what do we do? Pigia nani simu, alikuanga lawyer wetu.
Yeah.
Just write for us a case as if you are, wewe ndio lawyer wa hawa. Tuandikie barua as if wewe ndio lawyer wa hawa watu, take us to court.
So
we nishawapeleka kotini. Okay, sawa. Mwafu wendo company lawyer go to court and tell the court we hatutaki hiyo kesi.
You're settling.
Tumedeal na hizo kesi sana, zimekuwa nyingi. We handle ile kesi moja fulani, hii za watu 10, hii ya watu 45, hii ya nini. Tell the court we will do an out of court
settlement.
And that's what the guys do. And then they meet somewhere chini ya daraja ama nini. And like the Sinaloa cartel, they exchange the handbags and nini.
Walikuwa meiba pesa ngapi?
Sasa this time they have stolen 152 million.
Nani watu wangapi?
Yeah.
The people who organized it walikuwa watu wangapi?
This thing iko na watu 4 ndani.
Damn, okay.
Okay.
Iko na watu 4 ndani.
So kila mtu hapo ni basically 38k.
4 watano.
38m.
Watu 4 watano. No, sasa unajua kuna different percentages kuna different shares. Wewe ungejuaje tuko na kesi kama tungekuambia? Wewe chukua 10 million. 10 million wewe ulijua aje kuna kesi?
Yeah.
We are the one who gave you the case. So wewe hata tumekusaidia na hata hujafanya hiyo kesi, tumekuja tukakwambia itoe. We even drafted it for you. Wewe tu umeenda kufanya nini? Kufile. 10 million is okay with you. You get? So those differences and what have you nini?
Yes.
So I did that story. KTN said wewe kimbia wapi? Kimbia Kisumu and ufanye your story. But I went to Kisumu, stayed in Kisumu for 11 days covering that story.
Oh, your story come happen Kisumu?
Yes.
Okay.
Covering that.
Excuse me, I'm chasing you guy.
I didn't kitambo, but we are worse now.
So nila nimeishia pale kufanya hiyo story nini. Nishaambia KTN what the story is. Senior managers of this parastatal wameungana, wameiba pesa. Why the documents no hii document no ingine big story and ufanye padiem ndio hii. Hello, story jaisha lakini tuko hapa Kisumu.
Yeah.
Nini? Yeah, okay sawa, let me talk to finance. Tumia wale jamaa pesa ingine.
Yes.
So KTN really supported me to put that story together. So when I came to Nairobi after interviewing all the relevant people, including MD, Nini, and then I come to Nairobi.
Yes.
Even before KTN could ask me what story do I have, wakaniambia story sio hiyo. Story but sijawambia, I've not told you what I have. No, story sio hiyo. Wajua hiyo si story.
Yeah.
Story ni kwamba kuna maloya wamejaribu kuibia government parastato. How? Which lawyers? Sema kuna lawyers wamejaribu kuibia nani? Government parastato. I'm telling them no. I have documentation to show that this planning began with the senior managers were that parastato. Lake Basin Development Authority.
Yes.
But that thing we pushed over each other, tukasukumana. And Mwaf, I'm saying this here for the very first time. Do you know KTN backdated my contract and told me my contract has come to an end on the 5th of August, the following month?
Walikuchuja juu ya story?
Yes.
Juu ya story.
Yes.
So inamaanisha one of these guys called KTN.
I don't know.
Kalambishana part of you 152.
I don't know.
Mkono tupo urambwi.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying that's the thing. Damn. They backdated that contract. Yani, the contract I was being told has come to an end because I went to HR and asked for my file. And they gave it to me. Every document in my file had everyone's signature.
Except your page, yeah.
Apart from mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, kisama and then the funny thing again, Sasa, was part of the places, some of the people who had signed some of the places were not there when the original contract was You see, you cannot sign signature yako, iwezi kuwa kwa contract yake, whereas akipewa your contract in 2015, you were not there. So how is your signature on his contract? Unaona? So that thing happened na nini, and then yes, I lost my job at KTN. And I hadn't known how it was going to be because nimekakaa nini.
Ini mwezi gani?
August.
Sasa ni August, because walikuwa wameni to August.
Okay. August, so my last working day is on September 6th.
Okay.
Yeah, September 6th. So I leave KTN and I brace myself for tough times out here. And that's all. I leave on the 6th. So a week later, the head of TV at the time, the head of Nini at the time, head of NTV at the time,
yes,
Mr. Joseph Warungu of NTV calls me, and we have a small discussion hapa na pale, and I join NTV the same month.
You to September?
The same September, yes.
Oh, okay.
I join NTV the same September. Yeah. So hapo na tumekakaa.
Okay. But ini interesting because nikicheki history ya nini hiyo ni LBDA. Nacheki nani at some point was the chairman hapo, managing director.
Nani?
Raymond Ombolo.
Yeah, he was the managing director at the time. The PS Interior, he was the managing director.
Hata hiyo case ya corruption ki happen.
Yeah, LBDA hiyo. Yes, he was the MD. He was the MD of LBDA at that particular time.
Yeah. Yes. So ulikuwa na nini alicheza kama yeye? Kusapa na chiki kwa hii nini yenyu kulikuwa na Joseph Msomba, a lawyer. Alafu kuna sasa yeye pia. So nashindwa were they because ilikuwa ni Interior PS state agency and bosses court in retirees benefits theft saga.
Yeah, that's the story. That's the story, but for purposes of context, maybe I may not put the entire context here.
Yes.
But now that you've mentioned Joseph Musomba, Musomba was in a different case. But now the main case involved an advocate called Eliakim Owala, and now the managing team at LBDA. So when I came back, the people who were at the helm of KTN at the time, and I believe they contributed a lot to destroying that station, I believe they are actually the reason why KTN is trying to get back to its feet right now.
Yes.
The people who are at the helm of KTN at that particular time, wakasema, that's not the story. Yet, I wasn't even asked. So you guys went to investigate and cover 1, 2, 3. What did you come back
With.
Now that question was never asked. It was like, this is the direction of the story.
Oh, okay. Enyewe mkono tupo rambo walikuwa wameenda hapo alafu kitu kama hiyo if I'm in Kisumu and I'm investigating, okay, na assume Kisumu ndio ilikuwa headquarters I'm in Kisumu and I'm investigating na watu wajue na investigate hiyo, see that put your life at risk immediately. What happens like time kama hiyo, how do you make sure you're protecting yourself? Because standing between Kenyans and I'm putting Kenyans in quotes, between them and 152 million, that's taking a risk. Like people will do crazy stuff for that sort of money. So ulikuwa na make sure aje uko safe.
To the contrary, I think this country is not very fond of killing people.
Yeah.
I know we can feel unsafe and what have you, but I don't think this country is very fond of killing people. And one more thing is that I believe we will all die someday. I have no intentions. Mi nikifika 45, I can die any moment.
Buda jo, siende pole pole.
I have no... Mi nikifika 45...
Una count hours.
Literally.
When I get to 45...
Ama by the time,
yeah. By the time watu wanawachinta kwa 45.
Yes.
45.
So of course another story pia stand out juu yako waga hii story ya the 8 million shillings bribe. Hili toka gapi?
It's the same story.
Same story.
Actually, the same story. The same story because
okay.
You see, there are a few people who tried to stop that story from going on air nikiwa KTN, and they tried stopping it when we were in Kisumu.
Yes.
We did count the money. Where we didn't count the money, so someone just came pale kwa kibanda. Kuna mahali pale Kisumu panaitwa KCT. Hapo hivyo KCT, right opposite the police station. Na ile bagi ya wale vijana wa kumodel unajua. And they told us this is some small appreciation. We know you have put your work into this thing. Yeah, and we have just learnt about it. And it vitu mingi, but now you see, I don't know how to put it. But you see, there's a reason why we are following up on this story.
Yes.
And that reason could be as dangerous as the story itself. And then this is money that has not been negotiated. Why 8 million? Why not 1? Okay, why 8, not 5 or 10? You know, even that aspect of why 8, not 1, not 5, not 10?
Yes.
Then I genuinely asked my camera person at the time, you think we could have counted 8 million in this Kisumu? And then I asked a friend, do you believe, actually let me ask you, do you believe ningetoka Kisumu mpaka Nairobi na 8 million?
Wazaichukua alafu umepamba along the way. Kwa sababu ingia nayo kwa ndege. Unaingia nayo? Locally unafaa, si ndio?
Local unaweza.
Okay, international ndio lazima udeclare.
So
okay, I don't know.
I asked a friend because my camera person angenimaliza your period of time, and anyone who heard that story. Others even thought in the story ya jaba. So I asked them a simple question. Which is a better headline? You know, these are people you're trying to expose.
Yeah.
They can get you before you get them. So which is a better headline? KTN journalist among 4 arrested in money laundering scandal. Umepewa 8 million, umepiga nayo kona hapo kando, umeshikwa na kina Sigei. Sergeant Sigei. Kumbe that is fake money umepewa.
Yenyewe.
Can you say nimepewa bribe?
Ya uwezi jitetea. Hii ni hongo.
Hii ni hongo nimepewa saizi, hata jamaa amepiga kona hapa.
Ama uitwe mwizi.
Kuzina kill pia credibility ya story yote ile utakama up nayo baadaye. And kills you as a journalist.
You can't practice journalism anymore after that.
Afu pia inafanya nafikiria vile umeuliza why 8 million. Maybe there were, because tukidivide ile 152 tukidivide by 8 tunapata 19. So maybe there were 19 people ama kulikuwa na 9 people. 9 people wakasema wacha sisi tukule hivi alafu wakule nusu yetu. I don't know, maybe. I'm trying to also understand why 8. So maybe hivyo, but I think the ile setup makes more sense. Inaweza kuwa fake money.
KTN, Brian Obuya among 3 journalists in bribery scandal. EACC wametreat hiyo pesa. LBDA wameambia EACC kuna vijana hapa
wamekuja kutu extort.
Yes. Nasema wanataka nini? Ati wanataka 8 million. Shikieni 8 million. Ka standby na hawa vijana. Utoke pale na 8 million yako. Which is a better headline.
Yeah. Okay.
You get?
Okay.
I didn't believe you can live with 8 million from Kisumu to Nairobi.
It's a long distance.
I didn't believe someone who wants to bribe you will start by telling you I have 8 million. Why not tell you
wanataka ngapi?
Why not tell you they have 1? Some of our sources or some of the victims of this thing were demanding from the authority less than 1 million. Why not silence them to retract their interviews?
Yes.
Instead.
Okay.
You know, because that would mean that story may never be heard. So it's something I applied a lot of critical thinking to, and also just because of my ethical aspects and principles, I haven't taken a bribe before. I don't think that was going to be the first time then I'm going to take a bribe. No. So hapo ndipo tuli
kenda kando.
That's where the 8 million shilling thing ilikwamia. And so immediately after that 8 million shilling bribery thing imeflop, ndio sana nakuja KTN, and KTN tells me that is not the story. That's not the story. Yes.
Yeah.
So immediately after tumeikata huko, Nairobi says that is not a story.
So 8 million ilitembea. Bado ilitembea. Hata kasi 8. Like I think part of it ili end up ikitembea.
Yeah, we don't know that, but maybe.
So nini itabidi tubaki tumekurelease, lakini unajua kitu fani ni nini? Unajua tuja discuss mother tapes, na mother tapes ndio nini, so lazima tufanye another session tuongejea mother tapes, because mother tapes is interesting. Considering that tulibongajia of course Albert as nini ya mother tapes, but I'd want to know the idea ya mother tapes uli how did it come up, and how did you decide, like, you know what, I'm going to dig into these stories as a murder and then just give a whole perspective on these cases, both closed and open?
Murder Tapes was an idea I conceived when I was at KTN in 2020. But the idea also stemmed from when now Onsarigo chooses to leave KTN.
Yes.
He asks me to produce case files that he used to do. And my boss at the time says, it's fine, produce case files. But saizo sina sources, sina nini, unaelewa. So I keep receiving pressure to do case files. So one day I sit down with, at the time, a new boss of mine who is no longer there. And I tell them I've come up with an idea called Murder Tapes.
Yes.
Itakinafanya 1, 2, 3. No, why not case files? Let's continue with case files. Na nini nikamwambia sikiza. We have very loyal viewers. Sometime you find viewers are just attached to a story because it has been done by Brian Obuya.
Yes.
Viewers are attached to a story because ati story gani nani ameifanya? Nani Muhammad Ali ama Jonathan Namu, and that is what they want to watch it. The story is good, yes, but the reason they want to watch it is because it's been done by
So and so.
So there will be a lot of comparison and it will take a lot from the story.
Yes.
For this case files, Osarigo has been doing it, and no one is going to match his shoe, especially at that particular time.
Yes.
In doing case files. So if we want something, we would rather come up with a new program that tries to embrace what he has been doing. They said it's fine, but that guy sat on that plan and that proposal and that idea from 19
Yeah.
all the way to 2020, 2021 when I'm leaving. So I come to NTV, I stay kidogo, and then Joe comes up with that idea again, and Joe says, I would like of you to produce something on 1, 2, 3, just reconstruct the crime scene. It was Joe Ageyo's idea.
Yeah. Okay.
The show itself was Joe Ageyo's idea. He just told me, you can do this thing, do a show that looks like this, that does this. ABCD just looks at how a crime was committed. Think about it and get back to me. So I go back to him and tell him, I've thought about not just a crime, let's cover murder.
Yeah.
And the name, I think around it, and then I remember nilikuwa na jina tayari. So I tell Joe, I've decided to call it the murder tape. And then he says no. In his own words, quote unquote. Make it tapes. Make the tape plural. Murder tapes. So that's where now we began doing murder tapes.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's basically where the idea is. And the idea of covering murder tapes was to allow these stories to be told with some sort of finality. I found murder tapes to be more important and relevant, that some of these stories need to go beyond the daily news coverage, and that they also the victims need to be given one more chance for their voices to be heard, because a lot of facts will be lost in between the 2 and 3 minute stories we are doing on TV.
Yeah.
After all, there are a lot of killings going on. Last night, on Wednesday into tuamkia Thursday. Wednesday into tuamkia Thursday. There's a young girl who was thrown down the balcony by the ankle. She's a famous girl. I don't know whether the media will cover that story. She has even acted with Eric Omondi. Amefanya nini?
How old is she?
Uko Jacaranda, 5 years. Uko Jacaranda Estate. She had left the bathroom and nini, amekuja pale na anaambia anko yake yeye anataka kuingia pale change nguo zake. And the uncle was damn drunk, and the girl is naked, akapiga. The nanny gets involved, nakataa wacha kufanyia mtoto, the mother is not around. Takes the kid, wanampiga, anamchukua, anamrusha chini ya balcony huko chini.
Which floor?
From, was it second floor?
Alisurvive kweli?
Yes, the girl survived at first. And then the guy in his drunkenness goes down the stairs and takes this kid and hits this girl on a wall. And the guards come, and then he can't hit her again. The girl is rushed to KU referral.
5 years old.
Yes, where the girl now succumbs to her injuries and the guy is arrested. You see, I've already told that story. But there needs to be a way in which, after the dust settles, these families can be heard one more time. Let us look at what happened. Why did it happen? How was justice served? Or how was it not served? So that long form reporting and slowing things down to reconstruct the story, to make it more understandable, and to ensure that we can draw a lesson or two or none out of those particular episodes of murder tapes that we do, and to also teach people or show people what to do or what not to do simply because you are angry. Several police officers have quietly told me that story you guys did on Didmas Baraza and Brian Olunga and the shooting in Kimilili has brought problems here at the DCI, and there are also questions on whether that file needs to be looked at again. Because they will always expose the gaps in the legal and justice system that we have, and that is the type of impact Murder Tapes is seeking to achieve. That we've come to learn that in this country, unless someone is under constant scrutiny, they will rarely do the right thing. So we would rather keep following that case to the very end, so that if someone needs to know that they are being watched for them to do the right thing, so Murder Tapes will follow the investigation. Murder Tapes will follow the trial, the witness accounts, and it will also follow the verdict. And then in the end, we will also give our own assessment of how we felt about that particular judgment, that investigation, that trial, and the involvement of whoever it is. So that is basically the idea around Murder Tapes, why it is important, why it exists, and why we feel that's how we want, that's the route we would like of it to go.
I think next time ukikuja tataka tuingie kwa hizi Murder Tapes and we look at a few of the stories. There are a few stories that I've mentioned. There's this ilikuwa ni 4 murders in 21 hours or something. Remember that?
Yes, 21 hours of
and then watch Murder Tapes. Ndio next time tukiendelea na hii conversation mjue tunabonga jua nini. But asante sana. Kama tunashindwa kwa hii session imekuwa short, tuliamua kufanya my experiment mimi na Ian hapa. Tukaenda tumemess camera, ikabidi msea kuje atusaidie. That's why tumeanza late, but Brian kwa ametupatia time yake yote. So I think we wasted a whole hour hapo mbele. But next time tubaki tumeendelea. Imekuwa ni episode 474. Tukimalizia tukikwambia like, subscribe, hit the notification button, tell a friend. Tukimalizia tukisema Ekonana.